You know, one thing I really appreciate is if a guy gives me his number. Like, don't ask me for mine because I don't feel safe.
I like that.
And it could be for either of you. What if I only saw you in this one place? I saw you at Wawa and I saw you at Publix. And I was interested in both of you. I don't know if I'm going to see you again. I don't know if I'm going to see you again. My thought process would be, and a lot of men that I know that I've talked to is, well, I'm going to approach you there. I don't mean in an inappropriate way. I just mean that I'm going to approach you because I don't know if I'm going to run into you ever again. Maybe that was just the one fated chance. Versus, I've heard some women say like, well, there's certain places where you shouldn't do it. But then that kind of conflicts with this idea of like, okay, but then what if I don't get that chance again? Like, I don't, maybe for me and a lot of guys I know, like we try not to live with regret. So it's better for us to attempt and fail than not attempt and just wonder.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
What would you all say to that with that sort of scenario?
Do you want to go?
Sure.
Okay.
I think, so I don't know. My approach, like what works on me personally is I'm turned on by intellect. So like if a dude can like come up to me and talk to me about something substantial, I'm like, hell yeah, this is my person, you know? Especially if he's funny about it or he's humble. And, you know, one thing I really appreciate is if a guy gives me his number. Like, don't ask me for mine because I don't feel safe.
I like that.
You know, like I don't know who's calling me, and like, come on, I don't even answer the spam calls. Like that's why. That's literally why I have a Pixel, because it like screens my calls for me, and like I don't have to do the work. So it's like, don't call me. And don't text me because I'm awful at texting. But if you give me your number, you're giving me autonomy to contact you. And then I always think it's a great thing if like I'm kind of a traditionalist in that sense, where like I appreciate a guy coming up to me and not be like, hey, yo, girl, but like being like, hey, I don't want to bother you, but like I really think you're beautiful and like I'd love to stay in contact with you. But here's my number. That is like, that speaks volumes. You respect me as a person. You are not just like coming up to me because like you're a pig or whatever. And you know, and by giving me the power in the situation, that makes me understand, like, you understand how women are threatened in these situations and you're showing respect for them.